Okay, I have my dirty sponge here. Somebody used it before me. It's not very wet. I need to clean it off. So I'm gonna rinse that off until there's no more gray clay left behind in my sponge. Okay, that looks pretty clean. Now, I'm going to squeeze out the extra. It's still damp, it's just not dripping. Okay, and now I'm ready to go over to my table and start the cleaning process. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to wipe off your table. So we can clearly see I've gotten clay on the table. And remember that clay dust is bad for you. It's toxic. So we wanna make sure we get all of this off before we leave. So I've got a clean sponge, I've gotten it wet, I've rinsed it out, I've squeezed out the excess water, and I'm gonna use one side first to just really start to get up any chunks of clay that might be on that table and start to wipe that off. Now, if I have any crumbs on my table, I'm going to put my opposite hand below and wipe them into my hand. Because I do have a few that are falling onto my hand, so I'm following along the edge of the table with my hand and I'm wiping up that clay. Okay, now I'm either gonna take this to the trash or I'm gonna put it in a slip cup. Either one. I don't have a slip cup with me right now, so I'm just gonna dump this in the trash can. Okay, now I have a dirty side of a sponge and I've got a clean side of a sponge. I'm now gonna use the clean side of the sponge to do one last wipe. Now I see a chunk of clay that I missed, so again, I'm gonna put my hand below to catch that piece. And I should really have a pretty clean surface. So my sponge turned out not as dirty. If it seems like there's still clay on the table, then I would want to go back to the sink, rinse this out, and re-wipe it. Another thing is if I have Clorox wet wipes, you can use those as well. I do have some of those over here. So I could also use one of these just as my kind of finishing clean to wipe my area. But there should be absolutely no clay visible left behind. There should be none on the floor. If you drop any on the floor, please pick it up and throw it away. And again, you could even use a Clorox wipe or a sponge to wipe up anything you got on the floor.